Hello, sports fans. Welcome back to Full Bore Silver, Thursday, January 22nd. Well, the only sports that I follow are the Silver Surfers versus the Gold Gladiators versus the Platinum Platoon. You know, when the rainbow flags and the BLM crap invaded the NFL, that's when Full Bore decoupled. Speaking of decoupling, miners absolutely ripping this morning. This was even before we hit these all-time highs on silver and gold. Silver at 9650, gold at 4900. Incredible strength, volume, just Godzilla candles left and right. But miners, good God. First Majestic up 7%, Avino 11%, Aya 7%, Core 11%, Endeavor 8.5%. You know, natural gas is up 40% in 1 month. This follows our thesis that we're entering a commodity bull market that we could see for the rest of our lives. It's not just metals, it's rare earths, uranium, gas, oil, fertilizer, timber, etc. We are rolling out of this speculative tech play with these ridiculous companies that were created by DARPA and disguised as private companies that guys like Steve Jobs built in his garage. Didn't happen. DARPA's been working on this stuff since the 60s. You're talking Amazon, Meta, Google. These are all CIA, DARPA companies with inflated valuations because of the Japanese carry trade and the nonstop printing. Why would you buy a tech stock up here when you can get in on these commodity stocks down here? I've been explaining this to my nephew. He's been really receptive, and I appreciate that. I want to help people make money, harvest fiat that they can then turn into precious metals, physical that they hold in their own custody. Not invest a bunch of money that you worked so hard for only to see it crash when this whole bubble bursts, which is imminent. I mean, this administration is going to print so much money over the course of the next few months that you could see the SPX and you could see the NASDAQ chop around here at these all-time highs for the next few months. But eventually, the train is going to run off the tracks. I mean, you've got another 5-10 years where all of the revenue that the IRS steals from U.S. taxpayers is going to go to servicing the debt. Interest-only payments. This bubble is going to burst. It's going to collapse. So, incredible day, 96.50 on silver. Last night we were at 90. You're talking a $5.5 trillion market cap asset class, the second largest in the world with a 7% move. I dollar cost averaged into more physical last night when we were near 90, which you should be doing the same. Not financial advice, but yeah, it's a good thing to watch these markets. Of course, we have the Japanese bond yields up today. We have the U.S. dollar down. We have the U.S. 10-year bond yield up. Nobody wants to hold this crap. The crap debt, the fiat debt that is losing net present value by the minute, debased by the minute, roll into something that you can put your hands on, physical precious metals. Couple interesting bits on X from Finance a Lot. Well. Howard Lutnick acquired $2 billion worth of Critical Metals Corp, ticker CRML, back in February 2024. He was underwater negative 90% until Trump won the election. The Tanbreeze project in southern Greenland is one of the largest heavy uranium deposits globally. That's amazing. I mean, very, very forward-thinking from Howard Lutnick, getting in on that uranium play before we took off. That's another ticker, UUUU. Rare earths, uranium. Trump said at Davos, if you've been following this, we're going big into nuclear. So you might want to get in on these uranium and rare earth plays. This was an awesome X-post from Shinaka Anselm Pereira. My boy, Shinaka. Globalism has failed. Trump's Commerce Secretary Lutnick just said this at Davos World Economic Forum. on their stage to their faces, then ask the question no one could answer. Why mandate an energy transition to technologies your adversary monopolizes? The numbers are now public record. China controls 91% of rare earth processing. China controls 69% of EV batteries and 80% of the components inside them. Even Western batteries are assembly operations of Chinese parts. Europe didn't decarbonize, Europe deindustrialized. Who blew up the Nord Stream 2 pipeline supplying all that cheap natural gas to Germany? He didn't mention that. That's my aside. They exported the factory to China, then imported the product back. Global emissions rose. Western industrial capacity collapsed. Net zero was balanced by accounting tricks, not physics. Volkswagen closing German plants for the first time in 88 years. BASF closing plants Ludwigshafen for Chinese locales in the U.S. Gulf Coast. Audi Brussels is gone. European electricity costs up 158% against America's. For heavy industry, 2x energy disadvantage is lethal. They're done. Europe is facing an extermination event. Capital is fleeing to America for cheap energy and to China for market access. The EU is being hollowed out real time. 1971, Nixon closed the gold window. Bretton Woods 1 was ended. 2026, Lutnick closed the globalization window. Bretton Woods 2 ended. The efficiency paradigm is dead. The resilience paradigm has begun. Interdependence was supposed to be the peace bond. It became a weapon. Globalism didn't die of old age. It was murdered by the physics of supply chains. You've got these crazy left-wing women that are running things in the EU. This is mine. This is not Shanaka. Kaja Kallas, Christine Lagarde, Mette Frederiksen. All these women, they look like Skeletor from the He-Man cartoon back in the day. These women probably couldn't even make a proper sandwich. And that's not sexist because I love to cook. But that is how incompetent they are. And they are running things in the EU. And all of these women, I mean, they are itching for a fight. They want to fight Russia. They've probably never even been punched in the face, any of these women. And they are running things in the EU. So crazy situation over there. Guess we'll continue to monitor it. It's great for precious metals, commodities markets as they implode their economies real time. So, yeah, dollar cost averaged into some more product last night, back around 90. Now we're up around 96, forming another bull flag. We're going to continue to keep an eye on these markets. But man, it doesn't get any better than this. There is no sport worth watching. The only sport that I watch besides this is fighting. I like one fight championships. UFC for me is garbage. You know, it's run by Rahm Emanuel's brother, Ari Emanuel. Yeah, no thank you. I'd rather watch one. It's more of an international, a lot of crazy fighters from Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, China, Japan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan. These guys are such badasses. Yeah, and you don't have to pay an arm and a leg to watch it. It's way better. That's my favorite thing to watch. But aside from that, watch these precious metals markets. This is the most exciting market in the world. Anyway, have a fantastic day. We'll talk to you soon. Full Bore Silver. Like, subscribe, share. Take care.